Hey everybody, Seth with Everyman Prepping here. How's everybody doing today? I know it's been a hot minute since my last video, but as I'm sure you all are experiencing, super busy this time of year. We got crazy election stuff going on. We got harvest ending, food being put away, prepping for winter, all that stuff, along with normal, job, kids stuff, everything going on. So let's get right to it before we waste any more time. We're going to run through a bunch of stories. Your dose of news that's happening, news you need to know right now, what's going on. The next 2 weeks, we got 13 days to the election. It's going to be outright crazy, I think. And there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to rattle off a bunch of stories just so you stay up to date, know what's going on, get a feel for it, and you can plan accordingly for where you're at, what's going on in your life, for what may be happening. So let's go ahead and get rolling here. And we're going to start with some articles out of Zero Hedge. And as we go through this, please feel free to hit that like button, share, subscribe to the channel if you wish to. I'd appreciate it very much. And of course, comment and all that great YouTube stuff. Anyway, we have Pentagon now says North Korean troops are mustering in Russia. If you know, for the last 3 or 4 days, South Korea, NATO, Pentagon, they're all losing their shiznit over North Korean troops, maybe, possibly, most likely, going into Russia to train and fight Ukraine. Will they go into Ukraine? Nah, they'll probably go in the Kursk region to help push Ukraine out of Russia, so they'll be on Russian territory. But everybody's losing their poop. And you know why? You know how many mercenaries are from NATO in Ukraine right now? They've had video of them. You've seen patches of Americans over there. You've seen patches of French people, troops over there, other mercenaries. But when someone else does it, they lose control. Especially South Korea. They are losing their minds over this. They said, well, you'll see in another article here, they're going to start supplying, more ammunition over there. Why is North Korea doing this? Is that because Russia's losing? No. Does Russia need the manpower? No. North Korea is taking this opportunity to train their soldiers, get them combat experience, get them wartime ready. They haven't fought a war in, 40, 50, 60 years, whatever that is, from the Korean War. So, they need to battle harden their troops. Why not send them in, get some experience, so then they can, if they need to do something in South Korea, they got a bunch of trained troops. And I think South Korea is kind of, that's what's going on, and they feel at a disadvantage. Anyway, here we go. It says, we are seeing evidence that there are North Korean troops that have gone to Russia. Okay, so the Pentagon agrees that they're in Russia. All right. Big deal on my part. But here's what I said. South Korea mulls sending artillery shells to Ukraine. They're angry at reports of the North Korean troops that are going there. Before, they were selling their 155mm artillery shells to the United States, then the United States will ship them over there. Now they're saying, well, because of this, we're going to send them straight over ourselves. Okay, so be it. Like I said, they're losing their minds over here. Here's a 155 shell right there. Moving on from that, we have the FBI believes the U.S. leak on the Israeli attack was a government insider, not hacking. It's kind of come out lately, last few days. The story's a little old. Basically, there was a couple documents put out that talked about some, they were doing some air raid training, some, airplane attacks, some missile attacks, doing some training, what they might do. Was it disinformation? Put it out there themselves. Did Israel put it out there? So, Iran plans for that, but there's going to be something else happening. Was it really, a leak by a government insider? Who knows? Whatever it is, plans have changed by then because they had to. Iran probably planned for it and planned for other stuff. I don't know. Not that big a deal to me because, when you're military in war, your plans are as good as the first round that gets fired, and then you go to your contingencies because hardly anything ever goes to plan. But that's what's going on with this. Moving on from there, we have China's holding live fire drills in the Straits of Taiwan. The United States I think it was United States and probably says here, I think it was Canada sent ships through the Taiwan Straits 2 days afterwards. They say we're going to do live fire. Is this just training, or are they just, they're getting their azimuth and their altitude ready for their, weapon systems, artillery, their, ships to get the, the right bearing on Taiwan? It just gives them an excuse to train. So when they're ready to go, they got everything dialed in and they're ready to hit. So that's what's going on with China over there. We'll talk about the big BRICS meeting going on. We're going to go through more stuff and what China is doing over there. Big stuff going on over there. That's the biggest news right now is the BRICS meeting. It's going to influence the world going forward, and we're going to get to that. All right, what else do we have here? Trump goes to McDonald's, as we all know, served some fries, put some stuff out through the drive-thru. The left, the progressives, Democrats, they all lost their minds over this. They totally couldn't believe what was going on. They just lost it. Anyway, well, a day after Trump does this, what do you know? McDonald's is hit with an E. coli outbreak. 49 cases across 10 states. Their stock hits a plummet. Do you think that's a coincidence? I don't believe in coincidences. The day after Trump does this, got a ton of great press. McDonald's in the limelight. Then all of a sudden, there's a listeria outbreak. An E. coli outbreak. So, and the stock takes a huge hit. And Elizabeth Warren even sent them a letter saying, "Hey, you've been raising prices a lot. You need to stop that." So, basically, they're punishing McDonald's basically for this. So, in the next 13 days, you're going to see a lot more stuff come out. Right now, Kamala's out there, and the Washington press secretary, she's out there, and they're pulling the H card again. Trump is like HILTER, which you say that word, and YouTube throws you out. So they're saying that's what he is again. He supports that, all that. So they're old business, but 13 days, more stuff's going to happen. Don't think that's the only thing that's going to happen. There's going to be some other craziness. Then let's talk about the 10-year, 2-year yield. I bring this up a lot, that every time the 10-year minus 2-year goes negative and comes back up, you get a gray bar. What's the gray bar? As it says here, shaded areas are recessions. Down, up, recession, down, up, recession. 2008, down, up, recession. The mother of all downs and ups, the longest in history that was below, and you get a recession. It's coming. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be huge. We're still above, so that's coming. Now let's go to my X account. I bookmarked some very important news that are coming up. And like I said, we're going to talk about BRICS. The BRICS is huge over there. They've got 20 plus countries over there. They're having a great time. They're dining. They're hanging out. They're making deals. The G7, the G20, the Western world, they need to worry because this is the new kid on the block. These are the people who are going to take over. Just mark my words. It's going to happen. So what do we have here? We have these people were just added as partners into BRICS. Not full-time members, but partners, which means they will be full-time members. Let's see who's got there. We've got Algeria, Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba. Cuba right next door to the United States, right down by Florida. They're a partner of BRICS now. And BRICS, they say, is financial, economical. It's going to be military. So watch for the U.S. to lose their mind over Cuba here. Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Nigeria, Thailand, Turkey. Turkey. What did I tell you about Turkey? Turkey's going to leave NATO, in my opinion. They're going to leave. They're not really a NATO member. They've been wanting to join BRICS. NATO already said, it's okay if Turkey joins BRICS because it's just a trade partner, financial thing. No, it's not. So Turkey, right there. Uganda, Uzbekistan, and Vietnam. It's a lot of countries. Their economic powerhouse is more than G7 and then G20. They're going to hold the power. They're going to come up with their own payment system to beat out SWIFT. They're going to come out with their own transfer of goods, not using the U.S. dollar anymore, either their own system. By the way, I think, I have it here coming up somewhere. They have a proposed, $100 bill, you'd call it, BRICS money coming out. I'll show you that. It's somewhere around here. I got it. This is the 13 nations they added. Putin wants to propose a BRICS-based grain exchange. Just to exchange grain within the country, maybe commodity for commodity, maybe currency for currency, we shall see. But Putin's very busy during this. And what else do we have here? We already talked about North Korea sending troops. I said this is a timeline as I mark them as I go through my X feed. I put them in bookmarks. We're on the Russia bookmark right now. Anyway, it says President Putin today said during the BRICS summit in a meeting that Iran's president is very happy he's there. He says he's happy to come. Let's just pause this here. See, Iran has become a full-fledged member of the BRICS, and we actually support your application. They've signed a military agreement, basically. Basically, Russia has Iran's back. We're still waiting for that Israel attack. So does Russia get involved then to back up Iran? We shall see. But they're getting really cozy now over there. Everybody in the BRICS is. Saw this put out. I thought this was very interesting. We have the BRICS gentlemen over here and what they're doing, and well, we have what's going on here in the West, and you can kind of see this for yourself without me describing it. But Attorney General here, the press secretary, see what they're holding, and then you got men over there. Let's put it that way. What else do we have here? President Xi Jinping and Russia President Putin hold talks at the BRICS summit. Putin says Russia and Chinese relations have become a model of how relations between states should be built in the modern world. So not talking about relations with the U.S., with the West, with what they're doing. He's talking about how they support each other. So they're just all buddy-buddy. Everybody's having a great time. The leader of Palestine went over there. Putin invited him, getting a little cozy with them. So that happened as well. And then what else do we have here? This is what I said. Russia and Iran signed a strategic partnership deal with the BRICS. And Russia also signed it with North Korea, so the alliances are building. People are picking sides and going from there. And this is where Putin says that he didn't abandon the U.S. dollar. They banned us from using it, but it made us stronger. 95% of Russia's trade is now outside the currency. So let's move on from there. Let's go to my China tab here. This says here that China, or Xi Jinping there says that China will undoubtedly develop friendly relationships with Iran during the summit. Oh, so we have Iran, China, partners, allies. Iran, Russia. We have Israel out there thinking they want to attack Iran. Well, they might be in for a world of hurt if we got Russia and China backing them up, right? We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Then China and India, they have a border. They fight over that border for years and years and years. It's a little, in the high mountains, and they're always contested. But you know what? There's a border deal breakthrough. China and India, they're friends, best friends now. No more border. India's picking sides, and they're not picking the West. They're picking Russia and China and BRICS. So we've lost India, which is huge. A lot of people, pharmaceuticals, exports. They're the largest country next to China. We got almost a third of the world's population. Those two countries that are not really, allies with the United States anymore. This going on keeps saying that. There we have China making more deals with India. What else do we have? Oh yes, this one here. This is President Xi Jinping of China, dressed in military fatigues. You only do that in a country when you're going for war. That's what he's giving a war speech. He's saying, get ready for war, get ready for wartime, be ready. And yes, because I think soon we're going to see something move on Taiwan. So there he is dressed up with that. Let's go to our Middle East tab really quick. We had a terrorist attack in Turkey today. They hit the, what do I want to call this? The aerospace industry. 3 terrorists. There's a few dead. There was one of them set off a chest bomb, vest bomb, and blew themselves up. The leader of Turkey, he's still over there, Erdogan. He's still at the BRICS meeting. He doesn't come back tomorrow. Like I said, they've just been accepted as a partner. Was this payback for it? Some people are thinking so. I don't know. They are bombing Syria right now, and the Kurds over there because of this. Blinken did go see Netanyahu, said, please don't attack Iran too much, otherwise we're all in the world of hurt. Netanyahu's going to ignore that. He's going to blast them pretty hard, I think, and then we'll just be straight into World War III at that point. And then we have this video here put out. This is years ago, but Iran's putting it out again. That's the Dimona nuclear site. A mock-up they built. They practice blowing it up with their ballistic missiles. They're showing that they can do it. And if Israel comes after their nuclear sites, after their infrastructure, I'll probably look for Iran to take out this and just spiral out of control from here. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, what else do we got here? They're attacking the banks. They're attacking the banking. They're saying Israel is taking the banks of Hezbollah. They're saying that under this hospital in Beirut, there's a giant $500 million vault. Who knows? If it is, it's probably not there still. Do they still blow up the hospital? I think Israel will, because that's usually what they do. Lastly, I know I'm going on for a while here, trying to hurry up. We have massive lithium deposits found in southwest Arkansas. So, if you live in southwest Arkansas, I don't know, be ready for a hurricane, fires, flood, pestilence, whatever it may be, because BlackRock and the boys are going to want that land for the lithium. So, not saying that's what happened around North Carolina and all that, and those deposits, but live in Arkansas, be careful. They're going to come for your land probably. This is a good little description of 2008 and the recessions, financial crash we had in 2025. Like I said, the mother of all this recession's coming. It's kind of a good pictorial display there. I like that. This is the terrorist attack. And then finally here, we got Wall Street. We were saying that we are preparing here for a market standpoint, from a market standpoint, for at least a week of uncertainty of not knowing who the president is. That's coming out a lot. It's the last thing I went into with. Arizona says we're going to need 13 days. Other counties are saying we need 4 or 5 days. Pennsylvania. Taiwan just had an election. They did paper ballots. They counted them in 6 hours that night. Found out who the president was after that. You can tell the United States on a legitimate election can't do it that night. That's going to take 14 days. What do you think is going to happen during those 14 days? What do you think is going to happen if they can't figure it out? They're already telling you, it's being put out a lot. Do not expect to know who the president is on November 5th. Don't know. We don't know. We got to wait till we print out enough ballots and fill them out to tell you who it's going to be. So that is what is going on right now. And None of it's good, unfortunately, but it gives you an idea the state of the world we're in. So plan accordingly for all that stuff. What do we have? We have financial difficulties. We have, in fact, let me see. Let me look here really quick, see if I have something to show you on the financials. I'll put this up really quick for silver. Let's go back. Here's silver. Let's get this out there. See, silver has had a great run up last few days. You know, peaked almost at 35. It had a big drop down today back to 33, but it'll go up. Had a great run. So, you know, gold. Let's go to gold here. Look at this. Straight up on gold over the last few months. Look at that. Just going up. It's at $2,700. All-time high. It's pulled back today. But, you know, we talk about financial trouble coming up. Recession. We talked about war. We talked about BRICS. I'll give you more news as it comes out because things are happening on the hour over there. You know, we got alliances forming. We got new members joining. We have basically a big juggernaut that's going to try to destroy the United States dollar. Take it down, destroy the United States, and they might do it. I mean, look at the debt we're in. I don't know how we could not stop it, how the United States can stop from it, except for going to war. That's what they turn to. So that's probably what they resort to. So plan accordingly for that. Bunch of stuff going on. Winter time's coming. Stockpile the winter stuff, cold weather stuff, your wood. Be the woodpile warlord of your neighborhood. You know, food, you know, propane, little heaters, backup heaters to those heaters, backup to that. Wool blankets. I'm a proponent of wool blankets. Love wool blankets. I got about 20 of them at the house. Get wool blankets. You know, the 90% ones are great because they're not as itchy as 100%, but they're still super warm. So take that in consideration. Know this went on for a while. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. Until next time, keep your ear to the ground and head on a swivel.